My girl Taylor Swift, she's trending. She's in the news. She's already a billionaire. We're going to go over three things on what you should actually utilize in understanding Taylor Swift and funding your future on this Sunday. Welcome to Funding Your Vision Sundays with Being the Change and CCC Because We Care Foundation. Because building your billionaire brand with digital real estate, random acts of kindness, and knowledge, that's what we do. So we're here, we're funding your future Sunday, but we're going to talk about someone amazing that's in the news. And before we jump right into the Taylor Swift fiasco, understanding how she became this net worth, reaching a milestone of $1.6 billion in Taylor Swift's journey and becoming a billionaire. But not only is she a global superstar, but she's also mastered the art of wealth building and how she got there. But there's more to her success than that meets the eye in regards to her growth and her goals. We have to understand in funding our vision for our future change and making a choice to do the work, making a choice to stick with it, and making a choice to be the authentic version of yourself every single day. Every Swiftie, every Taylor fan knows that she's perfectly imperfect. But in regards to understanding how perfectly imperfect she is, she didn't get where she was just by luck. She understood the biggest trap, that education is the currency that no one can take from you. So understanding that concept, we're going to take a look at a post that was from Ivy Pinales Budart that I thought was so fitting for today's actual flow. As keep going, period. 3 stories to boost. Like Nokia refused Android. Yahoo rejected Google. Kodak refused digital cameras. What's the lesson in that? To take chances, to embrace the change. And if you refuse to change with time, you become outdated. 2 more stories. Facebook took over WhatsApp and Instagram to help get to their billionaire status. Grab over in Southeast Asia took over Uber. The lesson there is become so powerful that your competitors become your allies and reach the top and eliminate the competition. Keep on innovating. 2 more stories. Colonel Sanders, I've talked about it before at Adriane Mays, founded KFC at 65 years old, Medicare age. Jack Ma, who couldn't get a job at KFC, founded Alibaba, that people are doing all of this e-commerce, and retired at the age of 55. So the lesson there, age is merely just a number, and only those who keep trying will succeed. And the last but not least, Lamborghini was founded as a result of revenge from a tractor manufacturer who was insulted by Ferrari founder Enzo Ferrari. So the lesson, never underestimate anyone ever. When you're looking at your vision, just keep working hard, invest your time wisely, and don't be afraid to fail. So understanding that Taylor Swift, $1.6 billion. But if you go to the article that's written in time.com, it's about a 3-minute article. What you realize is how she got there. Taylor Swift didn't get where she was just by luck and talent alone. She was making 3 choices, and those key choices that I talked about before, to do the work, to actually stick with it, and the choice to be her authentic self. Now, the great thing is about being your authentic self every single day, you're perfectly imperfect, just like the rest of us. So let's break that down so you can get that in a better understanding. So in the article as well, it talks about other billionaires. Rihanna, $1.4 billion. Yes, she did the work, but how she got there was tied to other brands such as Savage Fenty and her beauty care line. Then we have Savage Selena Gomez, $1.3 billion. And again, if you look in regards to how they got and obtained their wealth, Selena Gomez actually grew to that $1.3 billion to her rare beauty line. That helped her in regards to sales. So her celebrity brand helped her get there. But the difference with Taylor Swift is she didn't just wake up and just say, hey, I want to become a billionaire today. She had to go through the pains and the profits of understanding that, again, it takes work. It takes time to get there. And she had to go and make changes to a few of her versions of before. Taylor Swift re-released albums, Fearless. She re-released her album, Speak, and her 1989, her version. So she got there by redoing and re-implementing and re-earning the work. So grossing her opportunities, she did so by being able to make change. And that's the key part that I wanted to talk to you all about today in regards to funding your strategy. So to get out of the rat race, it does take effort. It takes execution, but it takes you to actually take a risk on yourself. So when you realize taking that risk on yourself might be a little bit different or might not be understanding getting out of that rat race, she made an empire choice by putting on the work and being a part of the work and being able to have that growth opportunity, whether it's mastering her music, negotiating her contracts, growing her different brand, but she chose to do the hard work. So day in and day out, Taylor Swift didn't decide to just give in to another brand to sell her vision, sell her actual possibilities. She took on the opportunity. And here's the thing. Success isn't about perfection. It's about commitment, consistency, and it's about being perfectly imperfect and still moving forward. So each of us has the potential to make that same choice in our own lives and to do the work and stick with it. So life's biggest trap being the rat race, understanding that most of us get stuck in life's biggest trap and understanding the pattern of getting up, going to work, paying your bills, getting up, going to work, paying your bills. We work out of fear of not having enough money, and then our desire kicks in to spend what we make. And that's how the cycle continues. So the rat race, understanding the alarm clock going off, and then your office work, and then your bills piling up, and then taking on the shopping sprees and spending more money. So your fear and greed control you. We are afraid of being without money, and then we think that more money will solve everything. But guess what? Being rich doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to actually be able to solve that problem. So you doesn't mean you're out of the rat race. Rich people can be just as trapped by fear and desire, sometimes even more. So telling the truth and breaking the chains and re-engineering your education, your employment, your retirement. So how do you break out of the rat race? Step one is simple, but it's very powerful. You have to tell the truth. Being honest with yourself about how you're feeling, admitting to yourself that your fear and your desire may be running your life, and it's okay. The first step to real freedom is really honestly self-awareness, being honest and open and wanting to be authentic and transparent. You don't have it all figured out. So here's the truth. Money doesn't soothe the troubled soul. You can work hard, earn more, and still feel that nagging fear of losing it all. But that's because money isn't the problem. Fear and ignorance are. And the real challenge is overcoming the emotional traps. The key, my friends, is education is power. Now, there's a secret to breaking free, and it's something no one can take away from you. No one can actually have those binds on you in regards to your growth process. And the greatest currency you can ever have is education. Not the kind of education they teach you in schools, but the education that literally gives you that financial education, learning how money works, how to make it work for you, and how to build your real lasting wealth. Books, courses, seminars, the Random Acts of Kindness community, financial literacy. If you don't know and learn how to master the power of money, you'll always be a slave to it. But when you educate yourself and you gain the tools to rise above the fear and greed that so many people become trapped, as Taylor Swift did with her business moves and music ownership, she took control of her own financial destiny. So it's you versus you. Understanding at the end of the day, you versus you. Are you going to let fear and desire control your life? Or are you going to take control of being honest with yourself and educating yourself and making better financial choices? So if you don't deal with these fears, even the rich won't get help sometimes, and you'll just be a highly paid slave. But if you confront it head on, you can turn these emotions into chess pieces, this motivation to build something real for something that lasts. So what can we learn from Taylor Swift's journey in regards to becoming a billionaire and how she got there? Make the choice to do the work, understanding that the work is a part of the process. And the work is going to actually be a part of your growth opportunities. And understanding that every person has a weak and needy part of their soul that can be bought. But number one, making the choice to do the work. Number two, avoiding the trap of fear and greed by educating yourself. And finally, remembering it's you versus you in this whole game. Having an understanding that the you versus you and you taking control of your financial future because no one else will do it for you. So Taylor Swift is amazing. And here's the kicker. Whether you're a superstar or just starting out, the principles are the same. Being the authentic version of yourself every single day and using your emotions to fuel your success, That's the limit. There's no limit in regards to that. So understanding funding your future Sunday. Remember, we went over yesterday in regards to smart setup business Saturday, in regards to how to create your plan. But remember, if you want to break free from the education, the traditional education, retirement, employment plans, it starts all with you. Drop in the comments if you actually understand the concept provided here today. And again, with your vision, your bespoke, unique vision, it takes the action in regards to you growing and building. Share this video with someone that may need to actually get some insight, because becoming a billionaire is not about the dollars in your bank account. It starts with your mindset and believing in whatever you can do. You can do whatever you put your mind to. But the key thing about doing that is talk is one thing, but doing the action, putting in the work, getting the naysayers, being able to come over the failures, get the no's. You're going to have 100 no's to one yes, 1,000 no's sometimes to one yes. And you don't want it to be, but 1,000,000 no's to the yes that you want. But your one doesn't matter, because again, get that one out the way and understand that you're exactly where you're supposed to be today. If you put in the effort and the activity to grow and build to be the best you that you can be. I'm fired up on funding your Sunday, and hopefully you're able to get that football in and take a break and watch Adriane Mays, and make sure you join the Random Acts of Kindness community as we're building billionaire brands with digital real estate, with random acts of kindness and knowledge, helping you get to your billionaire plan. So tomorrow, check us out live at 4 p.m. live at Adriane Mays, and we're going to talk about Mortgage Mastery Monday. Got a treat for you too, in regards to just understanding that we're all already in the real estate game, but how you're in the game, we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So hopefully you understood the whole game with Taylor Swift and how she became a billionaire, and 3 things you should know. And don't hesitate to join the Random Acts of Kindness community. Submit your ideas for funding. Submit your questions in regards to your financial growth, and be here every single day. Not for me, but for you. Adriane Mays, being the change because we care. Your financial education matters. I can, I will, I must. Let's go. Look forward to seeing you in the community. What up, though? Deuces.